Merry meet and welcome to our stream, everybody. This is Ariel Gatoga, and we are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. This is a general reading for all signs for today, the 26th of October, 2023. Moderating today on YouTube is the lovely Deline. Moderating on Twitch is the lovely Dre. Thank you so much, Deline. Thank you so much, Dre. And thanks for everybody for joining us today. Let's see. If you're watching us on a restream on YouTube and you don't want to watch me shuffle, you can just use the timestamp in the video description to fast forward. I'm reading with this lovely Besançon tarot from 1780. It's a lovely watercolor reproduction. These are museum quality cards. They are gorgeous. Let's see. Let's purify with this Van. This is Provence Santé's Verveine. 3 sprays in a big room is more than sufficient. I put links in where you can purchase each of these products right in the video description of this video on my YouTube channel. This is one of those decks that we need to shuffle like this because it'll destroy the deck if you try to riffle shuffle these, and they are just too beautiful. If you're watching us on YouTube, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. And if you're on Twitch, make sure you follow us on Twitch. And you can watch on Twitch without any ads when you subscribe to us there. This reading does go out to a lot of people, so if for some reason it doesn't seem to apply to you, just disregard it. It's probably not meant for you. No need to try to force things. If that's the case, you may want to check out the zodiacal readings for your own individual sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. You can find the most recent restreams of all tarot readings very easily on my website, ariels-corner.com. That's Ariel's Corner with a hyphen. And just click on the free online tarot readings link right in the main menu. If you want to visit our shop, it's over at arielscornershop.com. arielscornershop.com. We sell a bunch of different tarot decks there. Actually, we don't sell anything. They're just listed. We have a lot of other kind of cool magic items there too. Those are all affiliate links, which means that we make a small commission off of each and every sale. We appreciate your support. You can give a donation by using the PayPal portal, and that URL keeps coming up on the screen there. We have other ways to donate on the website, ariels-corner.com, arielscorner with a hyphen.com. Thanks so much for joining us today. I'm going to give this deck a nice clean cut, and we'll see what's in the cards for everybody today, the 26th of October, 2023. Start out with this beautiful Wheel of Fortune, followed by the 2 of Cups, and then we have this Page of Cups. Wow. Okay. So I love the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is always really good news. And the best way to get the true good news is you want to relax your body, relax your mind, and just listen within. And this inner assurance, this inner peace, where you just allow it to come to you and listen. And sometimes you'll hear the good news and it's wordless. There's no meaning necessarily to it from an objective point of view. It's just a receiving. It's like a downloading of a spiritual energy and understanding. And sometimes you'll get real clear messages too, but just sitting in silence is one of the best things you can do today, especially if you are starting to feel impatient with yourself and dissatisfied with yourself. A lot of times when I get this 2 of Cups in a reading, it's an indication of how sometimes we feel like we should be farther along, or what's wrong with me, or I'm not good enough, or we're just really impatient with ourselves. And it's so important to understand that there's no reason for that. There's no reason to be so impatient with yourself. You're right at the right place at the right time, and you are doing the right thing. And it may seem like, God, I should be so much better at things, and that kind of attitude. It's understandable, but it's not the truth. So listening and relaxing and listening to that reassurance from infinite intelligence, which comes directly to you anytime you want it, just by closing your eyes, relaxing your body, relaxing your mind, and listening. Now, if you have a hard time quieting your mind and the mental chatter is so loud that you can't hear the good news, you may want to try my Magic Minute technique. And that Magic Minute technique is easy to learn, and you can find the video for how to do that on my YouTube channel. Just search Gatoga Magic Minute. Now, this Wheel of Fortune is saying that this is all happening within the context of a big expansion of your good. And the more you can stay centered like this, the better, because this wheel can go really fast when things are expanding for you. And this is ultimately blessings. This is ultimately for your good. But if you're not centered, it feels very volatile. You can see how somebody on the outside of the wheel is not going to have an easier time of it as somebody that's centered. Or in this case, he feels like he's on a platform on top of the wheel. But just feeling that centered, that grounded feeling, that's what you want, so that things can expand around you. But if you're not centered, if you're not grounded, and things start expanding around you, it seems like things are getting worse when really they're getting better. All right, so let's open this up. Excuse me. We've got the Strength card. Isn't that beautiful? Ace of Cups, very beautiful. And a Five of Swords, not as beautiful. Okay, so this is a mixed bag in a way, just because of that Five of Swords. So let's start with this Strength card. The Strength card is talking about how, you see this impatience here with the Two of Cups. One of the reasons why many of you may start feeling impatient with yourself is because you're doing some more self-discovery. As you start doing self-discovery and you start looking within and you start noticing the kinds of thoughts that you think and the kinds of attitudes that you carry and those kinds of things, you think, oh my gosh, when am I ever going to get through all of this? I have so much negative baggage. I can never manifest anything worthwhile because I can't turn off all the negative thoughts. That's not true. That is absolutely not the truth. This Strength card is talking about how it's not that you want to turn off the thoughts all the time. Sometimes you do. But it's turning and facing your fears and these inner, what a lot of people are afraid are demons. But they're ultimately they're there as your companion. They're there as your helper, but they're misguided. And so when you can turn and face those inner beasts rather than running away from them, they become beasts of burden and they serve you and they become your loyal companions. So there's nothing about you that you need to reject. You just turn and face the things, and it just needs to be reintegrated and just understood in a new way, perceived in a new way. And as you do that, you get this Ace of Cups as such a blessing. And it's also a card of prosperity, but it means prosperity on all levels, not just financial. In fact, financial is there, but it's kind of a lower rung. It's prosperity on all levels: good health, peace of mind, self-expression, and yes, financial abundance as well. But the thing about this Ace of Cups is that the blessings are so massive that sometimes it can feel overwhelming. And that's where sometimes when you sort of compare where you are or where you perceive yourself to be against where you want to be or where your ideal is, it just seems like there's just no way. There's just such a chasm between where I am and where I want to be. And that's why you want to listen to this Page of Cups energy and sit and listen and hear the good news. Because what happens is you get shown that you don't have to do anything. You don't have to go anywhere. There's nothing for you to get. There's nothing for you to achieve. You just need to receive it. You just need to relax and receive it and understand that you were already given all the blessings in the universe when you were created. And now it's just up to you to undo your blocks to experiencing those things. And you do that by relaxing. You do that by accepting yourself the way you are. Accepting yourself the way you are and turning those inner fears, those inner beasts into companions and beasts of burden. Now, this 5 here is talking about cruelty. And I think in the context of all of this, what this appears to be is that love brings up everything that's not like itself. And a lot of times when we feel impatient with ourselves, it's actually a form of self-hatred that we don't want to really look at. self-cruelty that we don't want to really look at. You can't just, being a little upset is like being a little bit pregnant. You can't be a little bit upset. You can convince yourself that you're a little bit upset, a little bit annoyed, a little irritated, a little afraid, a little impatient. But every quantity of upset is equally disturbing to your peace of mind. And so it's saying that any little upset that you have about yourself is just masking a lot of self-hatred. It's just masking a lot of self-denial. And these things are part of the ego mind that is trying to get you to not look within, because it's trying to say, you really hate yourself, so you don't want to see that, because the deeper you look, the worse it's going to get. And that's just not true. So you don't want to listen to that voice in your head, which is just a bunch of tapes running. You want to listen to the still small voice within you that says, don't worry about it. You don't really hate yourself. You may think you do, but you don't. You're not really upset. None of this is really happening. What's really happening is that you are beloved. You are beloved by the very power that created you. And you have all blessings, all goodness, all prosperity, all fortune. Everything's working out for you beautifully. And that's the good news that you're going to hear. And as you hear that, it's going to be a lot easier for you to let go of these old habits of thought that are always looking for what's wrong with me. What's wrong with me? Somehow, and there is a positive side to that, looking within and seeing, well, what are the negative thoughts so that you can kind of transform them. There is a lot of validity to that, and that's a wonderful thing to do. But a lot of times we say we're doing that, and really what we're doing is we are keeping score. We are tallying for ourselves all of the ways that we're not good enough. And we just sort of keep ourselves busy because if we really noticed that we were doing that, we'd stop it. So the ego mind is saying, I don't want you to see how mean you are to yourself. I don't want you to see how cruel you're being to yourself, because then you might stop it. So we're just going to call it mild annoyance. We're going to call it mild upset. We're going to call it impatience. We're going to call it those kinds of things, because I think that we can make it that tolerable for you. It doesn't need to be tolerable. You don't need to tolerate any of that. What you need to do is call on that infinite intelligence within you and allow yourself to be healed, allow yourself to have that peace, allow yourself to have that centeredness where you can receive all of the blessings that were already bestowed upon you, and recognize that this Ace of Cups is the reality for you. And that Ace of Cups is a never-ending well of blessings and prosperity. And all of these things that are sort of trying to keep that well of prosperity at bay are just habits of thought that usually culminate in some sort of self-denial, self-hatred. But you see, underneath that self-denial and self-hatred, you love yourself. Underneath all of that, you already love yourself, because you are a creature of love. So don't be afraid to look within. There's nothing within you that you have to worry about. You might go through some really scary stuff. That's normal. But on the other side of going through that scary stuff, you're going to notice that all you have is peace, all you have is joy, all you have is love, and that the universe, the creator of the universe, has nothing but love for you and doesn't hold anything against you, no matter what you think you've done. All right? So when you're feeling this impatience with yourself, recognize that that's just your ego trying to minimize the level of hatred that it has. So you don't need to put up with that. You can go right back into that still small voice within you to guide you into the perfection that you already are. So don't be afraid to look within. You are absolutely fabulous. Thank you so much for spending a little time with me today. And thank you to the amazing moderators, Delene and Dre. We'll see you tomorrow for another general reading. Blessed be.